I used to enter lots of competitions before. People who enter competitions were called compers, and I was hugely successful in this hobby. I won lots of stuff. I won a car, I won holidays, I won cash. My family were just kept rolling in equipment and stuff. I just won it. There was, however, one thing that I did unconsciously, because I didn't even know there was a thing like that then. Each time I entered the competition, I just somehow knew that I'd won that prize. And all I'd be waiting for is for the postman to drop the parcel or for a phone call saying, congratulations, you'd won. And I was so sure, in my mind, so certain that I'd won that competition. Immediately I posted it, either a postcard or it could be a text entry. I just knew, okay, that's it, I've won that. And every day, all I'll be looking forward to is the postman delivering the prize. And once it is delivered, which 9 out of 10 times it was, I was never surprised. My husband thought, what magic are you using? But I just knew. Sometimes I would ring my husband from work and say, has that prize arrived? And he said, how do you think you're going to win? So many people have entered this competition. Why are you sure? I said, no, I will win that one. And I will. However, any prize that I go into so much pain to investigate further, if I go into that the company's website and I start looking up how many people enter their competitions on a weekly basis, and what's the ratio of people who win, what's the ratio of those who live in London who win that prize, do they all live outside London, what's the ratio of females winning. If I go through all that effort, I don't win that prize. I don't, not even a runner-up prize, because it seems I've talked myself out of it. I've just felt, no, I'm not worthy enough to win this prize, and I won't. And it was much later when I started reading things about the power of positive thinking and other stuff, the law of attraction, that I thought, oh, is that what I was unconsciously, unknowingly practicing? So we can also bring these into our prayer life. When you go on your knees and you are praying, you need to get up with that conviction that your prayer has been answered. You cannot be on your knees praying and be doubting and be wavering, be tossing to and fro as if you're in a boat. The waves are pushing you here and there. Let's take, for instance, Hannah. When Hannah went to the temple to pray for a son, she asked specially for a son. She didn't just say a child, which any woman who's barren for so long wants, is just a child. They don't care if it's a boy or a girl, but she asked for a son. And we know the story in 1 Samuel chapter 1. She was there praying. Her heart was heavy. She was grieved. Her rival Peninnah was taunting her, not allowing her to enjoy her marriage. So she got to that stage where she was desperate. And Eli, the priest, thought she was drunk. And when he went to her and said, woman, how long are you going to be drunk with wine for? Put away your wine. She says, no, I'm not a wicked woman. I'm not a worthless woman. I'm a woman who is grieved. I'm just pouring my heart out to the Lord. Eli said, then may God of Israel answer your prayer. Your prayer has been answered. The Bible says she got up, she went to eat, and she was no longer sad. Her countenance was no longer down. How come? She wasn't yet pregnant. She didn't yet have a baby. But she was no longer sad, the Bible says. That's because she had that conviction that her prayer had been answered, that the man of God, Eli, has sealed her prayer, and she will in due time hold her baby in her arms. And that's exactly what happened. She had a baby. She had a son, Samuel, our prophet Samuel. So you see, she got up, she knelt down in despair, but she did not get up in despair. So when you kneel in prayer, by the time you get up, you need to get up as if your prayer had been answered. You need to get up rejoicing. You need to, your countenance should no longer be downcast. You need to get up and start imagining, start envisaging what you have prayed for, that you now hold it in your hands. But if you're on your knees while you are praying, say you are a 50-year-old woman and you're still praying for a husband, and if you're on your knees while you are praying, you doubt, that prayer is not going to be answered because you have doubted. Even the book of James says that ask in faith without doubting. Without doubting. You know, and it's impossible to please God if you do not have faith. You need that faith. So once you doubt and you're there praying, but at the same time you're thinking, well, who's going to marry me? I'm 50, I'm old, I'm an old spinster, I've been left on the shelf. You just forget it. Cut that prayer immediately and get up. Maybe put some praise and worship music and start dancing and praising God instead, because your prayer will not be answered. You cannot doubt. You cannot have that unbelief. You cannot waver. When you get up, you rise. I heard the story of a couple who had been praying for a baby for years and they didn't have a baby. They got to the stage where they were furious. They were angry in their spirit because they were Christians and they were being mocked by their neighbors who were not Christians, telling them every day you're in church, you don't have a baby. Every day you're in church, this Jesus, 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 what do you have to show for it? They got angry in their spirit. I heard that they went baby shopping. I don't mean buying a baby. They went to buy baby items. They went to buy a cot. They went to buy a pushchair, a buggy, a stroller. They went to buy baby clothes. People thought they were crazy. People thought they were mad. They finally lost it. The following year, the woman had a baby. You see, she moved as if it had already happened. She bought everything. People would come to her house and be shaking their heads sadly. They thought they needed psychiatric treatment. But who had the last laugh? They held their baby in their hands because they prayed. So if you are praying also maybe for healing, when you rise up, you know, imagine it, envision it. Let your thoughts, your emotions, and what you're saying connect. Let it be the same. They can't be separate. Your thoughts in your head cannot be different from what you're saying in your mouth. So you believe, you see yourself as if you've received your healing. You are now well. You are now fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You can even see yourself with people coming around and say, we thank God. You know, there's a testimony. We thank God for your life. You're now well. You're now healed. These are all the things. It's not magic. It's not voodoo. But you cannot be saying one thing and be thinking another thing in your head. Let all come together as one. You know, believe it in your heart. Do not waver. Do not doubt. The Bible says that if you believe, you can tell this mountain, move, and it will be moved into the sea. You see, you need to have that childlike faith, like little kids. A little child will just tell you, I want this for my birthday, and they sleep. They have that belief that the mom and dad will get it for them. They don't waver. They don't doubt. The mom and dad are going to get it. So God is our dad. So why do we doubt when we ask him stuff? That's why our prayers are not being answered. Do not doubt. Do not waver. Do not be tossed about. Just pray your prayer and get up and start walking as if you have already received that prayer that you asked for. If you are praying for a husband, there's nothing wrong in going bridal dress shopping. Go around bridal shops, see what you want. I did that before I met my husband. I must confess, it was my friend who prevented me from actually buying a wedding dress because I wanted to. It was on sales. And I saw it and I liked it. And I said, I'm going to buy this dress so that when I do meet my husband, I can wear this. And she said, are you crazy? You haven't even met the man yet. And you want to buy a wedding dress? And so she talked me out of it. I wasn't that strong in my faith then. So I left it and it was cheap. And when I did meet my husband and I went wedding dress shopping, it was more expensive. And I said, I could have bought that dress. I could have kept it in my wardrobe. And now the man is here. And I had to pay a fortune for a wedding dress. So don't let anyone talk you out of it, as my friend talked me out of it. Just do it. Let people say you're crazy. Yes, you are. You know, our faith, you have to be crazy. There's some things that you will pray about. People will say that's impossible. That's the kind of God we serve, the God of impossibilities. So, my friends, that's all I have to tell you today. When you pray, believe you have received it. Imagine it in your heart. Just see that postman delivering that letter that you want, that job application. See the postman delivering it. See the work calling you, saying congratulations, you've been successful in that application, in your interview. You are the one who's going to get the job. You need to see all these things, So as Hannah, she's knelt down downcast praying, but when she got up, the Bible says she was no longer downcast, she was no longer sad, she went to eat. So pray your prayer, get up and go and eat, because God has answered your prayer. God bless you. Join me on my YouTube channel, The Bible with Tina. Thanks for watching. Bye.